Back there? Yeah? Okay, great. No? Am I audible now? Okay, great. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, thanks to MMA and the people here are also part of the MMA Council, and this panel belongs to that. The MMA Council on AI Advisory for Marketers and Marketing. So we have a big responsibility to make sense when it comes to AI. I think just to set context here, AI has been around for some time, but it has only become mainstream, I would say, last year around the same time with ChatGPT. So it's been a year where everybody can now use and benefit from AI. Prior to that, I think marketers have dabbled with AI as well. And today we have a great panel here. We have people from geo platforms who have probably a ton of data, right? We have HDFC, we have banks which have a lot of commerce and transaction data. And the reason I'm talking about data, because without data, AI is nothing, right? So that's the one thing everybody should know. And of course, we have Mahesh here, who represents Netcore, who's on the platform side, who also has a lot of data from different customers, right? So let's get this show on the road. Let me get your view of AI first. Are you an optimist, a pessimist, and a realist? Let's go in these three and explain why, right? As you look forward, are you an optimist, pessimist, or realist, and explain why? And in the context of marketing, because that's what we are, right? And then we'll dive deeper into the digital marketing ROI piece. Go ahead.
So you have to choose from those three, right?
Optimist, realist, or pessimist?
Realist. I'm always a realist.
And why? Tell us, explain.
So firstly, I think we need to little bit understand AI. I think it's a bit of a buzzword still. So AI actually has been around for much longer than we perceive it to be around.
Yeah.
I am from analytics. I've always done analytics. Now AI has been in analytics for a very long time, not maybe called AI, but yes.
Why do you call it a buzzword? Give us one reason why you say it's a buzzword today.
Because I think there is a little bit of lack of understanding as to what AI really does. Is AI going to take away our jobs? Those kind of discussions are happening. So which means that, you really need to unpack what AI really is.
So the end of the world Terminator type of AI is not there currently.
Yeah,
people
yeah,
to be afraid of.
Correct. We don't even have a Jarvis. So
there's no Jarvis as well. No Iron Man is flying with it.
Yeah,
perfect.
Correct.
Okay, so that's why the buzzword.
Yeah, so we're a little while away from all of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so realist, because I think there's a lot of potential what AI can really do. We've barely scratched the surface. But also with that, there will, we'll need to discuss regulations, etc., everything. We can't say that we know what the future really holds, what the distant future holds. Near future, like I said, lot will happen, but not like you wake up and tomorrow everything has suddenly changed and you're in the...
We'll deep dive on the potential, as you said. And just for the audience, she represents analytics for geo platforms. They have everybody's data in this room. Right?
You
have a Geo phone and you watched cricket on Geo Cinema and you did all of that and you went to a Geo, a store. Clearly, they have a button somewhere, but we'll come to that.
Thank you. It was nice having me here. I'm saying that for myself.
Jokes apart, we'll find out if there is a, like a Geo AI in the works as well. But Deepak, to you, pessimist, optimist, realist, what are you?
I'm an optimist.
Okay.
For sure.
That's great. So we have one realist, one optimist.
Yeah. I'm an optimist because of a very pessimistic approach or outlook I've had for the longest time, which is that marketeers don't look at data very well. We don't. I mean, human beings are lazy, right? So that I've always had a problem saying we have so much data, we don't leverage it well enough, right? So that's why I'm an optimist saying, because AI makes it easy to parse through humongous amounts of data with nothing but simple plain English and future in Hindi, Marathi, whatever.
So you are basically
That is, I'm
saying,
an optimist.
yeah, you are saying that AI is going to democratize access to intelligence that platforms or earlier data platforms which used to provide dashboards will. So hence, marketing intelligence will be more accessible by everybody in the organization.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to give you an opening and then hand it over to you, which is marketers are lazy because if there's a platform, typically you guys, both of you all make platforms, but marketers leverage it less because you have to go to a drop down, hit a tab, then select a range, and then say segment, and then say target, then say creative.
Yeah.
They're lazy. Marketers are lazy. Okay. And platform guys have it in their hands now to get their platforms used better because now you just have to type.
Yeah.
Make this campaign for me, please.
Yeah. And anybody can do
Right?
it.
And anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Anyone with a revenue mindset, not anyone can mujhe campaign chalana. No, that will not work.
But anyone with who's that, business functional knowledge can ask those intelligent questions.
Yeah, someone who has the fire in the belly but does not have the experience. Someone can be straight out of college and say, I want to grow my business.
Or maybe just not the time enough, right?
Or maybe not, yeah, exactly. Maybe there's not enough time.
Yeah.
So about someone with the passion but not the skill on the toolkits that today modern marketers deal with will still be able to leverage and drive value for the organization. That's why I'm an optimist.
Mahesh,
I'm
optimist.
a perennial optimist about
Okay.
new tech.
So two optimists, one realist, no pessimist. We'll come to the audience and just see a show of hands if we can find some devil's advocate. But yeah, go ahead.
Look, I think this is a transformative moment in humanity, right? I mean, there was mobility, there was cloud, there was computing, mobility, cloud, and then this is now AI, right? So it's a moment in time where a lot of things shift and change. And for us, from a marketing perspective and a marketer's perspective as well, a lot of things are changing. I think a lot of us have we've not even kind of realized the full potential of the possibilities that exist today. What we're talking about today is plain Jane, content creation, enabling creation of content at a faster pace. And then the next steps will be to be able to kind of analyze data at a faster pace, which means effectively driving efficiency and productivity in marketing. I think the next layer in terms of how, and one of the things I think about a lot is for a brand, the whole user interface, the user experience will now have to be rethought, keeping in mind this context today. It's kind of how, if you look at mobility, right? When mobility came in, a lot of mobility first businesses happened, whether it's Airbnb, Uber, all of them, right? We'll have to think about how does this change the paradigm for brands and the way they interact with consumers and the kind of experiences that they build with consumers. So if you were to expand the realm of, hey, how does this change things for a marketer or for a brand? And go beyond what we do today, which is enabling content, faster creation of content, and also analytics, and hopefully finding those nooks which otherwise was being missed by humans. There is a lot more, and I think a lot of us are discovering stuff every day, right? I think imagine being able to create a video on the fly.
Yep.
And combine that with this whole trend of short form videos. How does a brand start using this to kind of marry that trend of short form video consumption? There are the opportunities are aplenty, and I think marketers have to kind of harness this power today.
Totally agree. Quick show of hands. How many optimists in the room for AI in the audience? Yeah. Okay, that's a lot of optimists. How many realists who think that, it's great, but this, but that? Okay. And anybody who's a pessimist, like this is a fad, it's not going anywhere. Yeah. Or that's a different kind of, that's like the end of the world pessimist. We are talking about pessimist who's saying, this is not going to be as good as you think it will be. It's going to be very basic for a very
raise their
long
hands,
time.
they think they'll be thrown out of the conference.
Okay, so no pessimist here. So that's fine. Okay, coming back to our topic, right? How AI impacts digital marketing ROI. Now, digital marketing ROI has a lot of components, as everybody would know here as well. Marketers know that it's not just about the creative. It's not just about the message. It's not just about the media. It's not just about the personalization. It's also who you are targeting. So the targeting group, right? And there's just so much there, right? ROI doesn't happen in digital marketing just because you bid the lowest. Or so, how can AI help? Let's delve into this. What are the capabilities? And we'll start with the person who represents analytics in the room. What are the areas where AI will be most proficient today and may not be most proficient today for impacting digital marketing ROI? And why do you feel that way? What has your experience been at Geo as well? You can share that as well with us.
So look, digital marketing ROI is something that is, okay. So first we're talking about application of AI in digital marketing. Understanding the ROI of that comes much later. Okay. I mean, obviously you do want to understand, measure ROI for it, but that comes much later. I honestly think we are a little far away from that yet. We've not really measured ROI in the true sense of the term. Again, ROI measurement can be in various aspects. So you can, what are you really talking about when you say ROI? Did it drive my sales? I mean, ultimately, that is the only ROI I understand. True. But again, of course, there are various other mid-funnel metrics that you're talking about, right? Now, are we really measuring that and saying that this happened because I used AI in my marketing? I don't think we are measuring that yet, right?
But are people using AI in their marketing in some form or the other, and which aspects are they using?
Correct. So say, for instance, let's pick up any ad that has used AI in content creation. So say that the Pepsi ad, Salman Khan, right? Salman Khan going back and talking to his Hum Aapke Hai Kaun avatar and all of that. So now if that has, I don't know if ROI has been measured. I'm sure Pepsi has measured ROI, but can you say it happened because they created an avatar of Salman Khan? Because that requires, again, sorry, I'm going to get into a little bit of statistics, but that involves very different level of analysis.
Totally agree. But
right?
with the amount of data that Geo Platforms has, are you using AI in a manner that is moving the ROI needle for you?
So that now coming to the other part, which is, so the hypothesis is yes, it will, because we know that, if you're targeting better and also, again, not over targeting, etc., but targeting better, then you are going to, you're talking to the right people. And how are we getting to that? And you keep saying how much data that I have, but yes, the amount of data that is there at the disposal, what you're essentially doing is you're creating better cohorts, right? How are you doing
Segments,
that?
cohorts.
Correct.
Correlations between customers and what they will buy, what they will not.
Patterns, etc. And that is exactly what AI does. Looks at vast amounts of data. I mean, that is what, narrow AI is really doing. Looking at vast amounts of data, saying that, okay, this is, you will be put in this cohort and you will be put in a different cohort and this ad.
So how ready is this today, given that you sit on a lot of data? Are you able to do that even for a small correlation today and apply it and get 20 segments created? That will be probably more effective than a human actually creating those 20 segments.
Correct. See, we are already there, right? Like earlier, how were you targeting? You were targeting just on, demographics. So we've already come from demographics to, your interest groups. So, demographics, cross interest groups, cross, location, etc. I mean, various things are already happening, right?
So multi-attribute segmentation through AI is happening at Geo Platforms.
Yes, the potential is there. Now, again, the use of it, etc.
You're still not saying it's happening. You're still saying potential.
Yes. I'm a realist. I started with that.
Okay, great.
So there is a lot more that can happen. But like I said, it is also how you're using it. There is also, it can go on and on, but how much narrow targeting do you really want to do?
Perfect. So Madhu, what you're saying and what I hear you saying is that automated segmentation through multi-attributes that helps you micro-segment and get best ROI from customers knowing what they will buy and what they won't could be a huge value from AI on digital marketing ROI.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So that's one point. Deepak, adding to that, where is the potential of AI in uplifting digital marketing ROI?
So I think ROI, let me connect it back. So ROI, and Madhu rightly said, it's sales.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, for organization, it's sales. It's not a higher CTR or whatever, right? Now, ROI comes when you have data and you use data, but sometimes data insights to data reflexes is a chasm you don't cross. Data insight is there. I have micro segments, but you can't do micro targeting and micro creatives. I'll give you a simplest example. 3 years ago, right? We ran a simple targeting that said this lady for HDFC Bank has a lot of money sitting in the account. You need to sell them investments, mutual fund, fixed deposit, good old fixed deposit. The problem with the banking industry was same. Data is there, insight is there, reflexes are not there.
Yeah.
So everyone is running simple, plain, generic creative saying if it's debit card and credit card offers and shopping, put a female.
Yeah.
If it's investments, put a male. So what we did was took the segment and said, boss, dekho, this is a lady, because in the KYC we know it's a lady, and show them investments with a female creative. And the CTR was actually 3x.
Wow.
Because the audience is not used to seeing investments with a woman creative at all.
Yeah.
So realize it's because most people can't do it. So anyway, coming back to how it is made easier now, because today we can generate a South Indian woman for South and with investments
At peanuts cost.
at peanuts cost, boss, and at scale, thousands. 25 states into geography and 13 product categories, you can do it today. So data insights is there, data reflexes comes when creative automation can happen, which today is very much possible.
So what I hear you say is AI-led creative personalization will have a huge impact on digital marketing.
This is what is possible today, is what,
For sure.
what I'm able to do today,
Yes.
right?
Read.
Of course, auto segmentation, auto targeting will come, but I don't think we are there yet.
Okay.
That's from a realist point of view, that has some time to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mahesh, are we there yet? And you can add value to what they said. If you contradict, you think it's already there. I could also actually, but I'll let Mahesh talk first. And the second is, according to you, what are the other pieces which is not yet mentioned where it will impact digital marketing ROI? AI will impact either today or 6 to 12 months from now.
No, so every marketer's holy grail is to be able to create segments of one. We've spoken about it, I think, as marketers for years. I'm not saying we're there, but this takes it more to the right. I want to take it, riff off what Deepak just mentioned, and it's a great segue into what I wanted to talk about. In fact, one of the things that we've been building is exactly what he spoke about, the second part, the reflex part of it.
Yeah.
We're trying to marry 3 levels of intelligence. There is the customer intelligence, there is catalog intelligence, and there is channel intelligence. Let me explain that a little bit. And intermesh that with AI to be able to kind of drive more targeted communication. So customer intelligence, he spoke about gender, demographics, balance in the account. It could be commerce shopping patterns. It could be, the product SKUs which are preferred, all of that. So customer intelligence, catalog intelligence, and then the preferred channel of interaction. The brand users don't think channels, but marketers think about channels. Hey, is this consumer interacting more on WhatsApp? Is this consumer interacting more on email?
Yeah.
Is this consumer interacting with us as a brand touchpoint on app notifications, for example? We're trying to intermesh all of them, all 3 of them, the 3 C's, which is customer, catalog, and channel intelligence, intermesh that with AI and enabling brands to be able to create communication which is more targeted.
Sure.
So it's layered on top with previous intelligence and campaign performance data. So I know that X person has interacted on email in the past or on WhatsApp in the past. And
so paint a picture for me so that the audience also understands. So you're saying today you can go on a system, and say, I want to target customers who will buy black sports shoes. Can that be done by AI?
Let me layer on top of it. Let's just say this consumer is Rajiv, Rajiv has shown interest in black sport shoes.
Correct.
In the past, he's bought his shoe buying pattern shows that he buys a new pair of sneakers. He's a sneakerhead. He buys a new pair of sneakers every 6 months. His average order value is in the range of 12 to 18,000 rupees. These are his 7 or 8 preferred brands which he's researched in the past. This is the preferred time of day at which
This is
he
the
shops.
intelligence you can give on an individual.
We're not giving this intelligence. It's intelligence that's getting intermeshed on the basis of past behavior depicted, and then also channel intelligence, right? So, for example, you interacted with a notification that was sent to you about a specific shoe, which is black shoes from Nike. There was a WhatsApp message to you from Adidas, which is also another black shoe.
And then the AI on top of that could say, this is the best time to send, this is the best
Channel to send. This is the best communication to send.
Okay.
Intermesh all of that together, and hopefully, cross that chasm that he was speaking about. That's
Interesting.
what we're trying to kind of. So intermeshing OpenAI with a lot of customer intelligence and catalog intelligence and channel intelligence that we can kind
Makes
of mesh
sense.
together.
Makes sense. In fact, just taking off from there, I'll share some of my experience as well. What Mahesh spoke about is bringing in different data silos and intelligences together and feeding it to AI for it being able to, make sense out of, draw connections. I do believe what's possible today on the media side of this, where, you are running 500 ad campaigns, let's say 30 email campaigns, 40 SMS campaigns. Today, AI off the bat can tell you what is working, what is not working, right? What it probably will struggle with a little bit is why it is not working. That requires deeper level of data, right? And a slightly more human intelligence to be fed, saying this creative is not working because you have male in this creative and female in this creative. Exactly what you said, right? That level of, at least I have not seen. Why it is not working, I have not seen to an accuracy level, which is what is not working. What is not working can be 100% accurate today from AI. So if you had currently live, you were a global marketer with 5,000 campaigns globally, and we built this at Rebit, which is why I can say that confidently. 5,000 campaigns across the world, and you wanted to just ask, which is my best performing campaign? Which are the 10 campaigns that's not working? You can know that instantly with 0 error through AI. But why it is not working is where you need to work a little bit harder, because that has the answer to that is a combination of 10 different attributes, right? It could be creative, personalization, landing page, communication, time of communication. There are now 20 attributes that needs to be checked before somebody can confidently say why this is not working, right?
Which is why I think the new announcement that OpenAI just made with the chat GPT, the GPTs that you can create.
Yeah.
If marketers can start training OpenAI on their own data and
Sure.
and the kind of data points and the kind of reasons that they need to look for, that is the next chasm we can start crossing as well.
Agreed. Before we, because we have very little time, I want to look, if can we extend for 5 minutes, given that we started late. So on that data piece, marketers sharing their data, it's a big thing, right? So let's talk to, 2 people here on the panel, especially bringing you in, Deepak. How much do you think that the use of AI for digital marketing ROI is going to be limited by the regulation and data sharing issues that marketers have in general, when it comes to giving it for any kind of AI intelligence?
I think, look, running AI is not limited to going to OpenAI or ChatGPT, right?
Correct.
First thing I did is I installed what they called, GPT for your laptop. You can install on your laptop also. It ran fantastically well, right?
Yeah.
The old web developers like me were like, okay, we could build a website and run it on our own machine. Wow, look, you can run ChatGPT on your own machine. I was like, wow, this is so. I don't think a problem exists when you want to do what ChatGPT does as a software, as a service platform internally within your company. It's going to still work. The technology is open, thank God, right?
Yeah.
So no one's going to monetize it and say, "Ki boss, I'll close it and only as a software as a service." Technology is open, it's available. You can run your own data set on top of it. You can make it human language interface driven, right? So today we can run our banking data, say this customer has not taken a product from me. Why? Because he's disengaged. He's not happy with your service. He has a complaint that they were logged with you 6 months ago. And then the balances started going down. So if you run this kind of data set on top of any open AI GPT sort of language model, it just works. So I don't see a challenge.
And you think marketers will warm up more and more to the data compliance sort of thing when it comes to AI? Because that is definitely a concern in marketers behind, like on the back of their mind, as you
Sure. So basically, getting the insight can still be done on your internal data center, your internal systems. Activating it needs you to go to a ad platform, needs you to go to a second party data provider to merge audience, whatever, right? That is where the challenge continues to be. But running AI on your own data set, I don't see a challenge at all.
Okay, you were wanting to come in on the piece that Mahesh and me were talking about. What's your thoughts on the fact that data compliance, given that you hold such a big data set at Geo platforms, right? What are your thoughts on that compliance issue as well?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. And so, see, the thing is, of course, regulation, etc., is needed. And as again, so just taking a step back from there, there is data. The data is there. All of this data is being collected, whether or not you use AI on top of that to do anything about it. Now, whether AI is developing so fast because of that data being collected, or data is being collected because you have this, is another question altogether. But the thing is that right now we are in a place where this is getting collected. You do anything or not. Now, obviously, hence certain regulations will anyway need to be there. The whole reason GDPR etc. is happening is because of these things. So then we are getting into that whole data privacy part anyway. Like I said, whether or not AI is being used. Now with AI, there are different sets of regulations in terms of how you can use AI, how much you can use AI on these things. But again, all of this is going to evolve together. So I don't think it's going to be a hindrance or it's going to, block anything. But again, like I said, it has to evolve together. And like in everything, there will be a lot of roadblocks. There'll be test and learn as well. But yeah, we'll eventually get there.
Okay, quick 10 seconds for everybody to answer before we open it up for questions of the audience. What is the one thing that AI can automate today or has automated today in your organization? You can take either of those answers. So, yeah.
All of that data that you were talking about. So yes, the point is that again, all of the data you're using AI to crunch that data to essentially come up with some
data analytics can be automated using AI today.
Yes, the basic use case of AI.
Yes. Okay.
Creative generation already done.
Yeah.
Almost there is being able to get insights through a chat-based interface.
Yeah. So basically, get natural language insights from complex data sets, different distributed complex data sets.
Democratize access to marketing information and inputs so you can act and become a better marketer.
Fantastic. Okay, Mahesh.
Content creation, of course, but analytics and charting at a depth that was unimaginable earlier.
Charting, that's a fantastic point. Yeah, automated. You can completely automate charting with AI. Perfect. We have a couple of minutes still on the clock. So quick opening it up to the questions to the audience. Anybody who wants to ask questions to the panel? Raise your hands, please. We can get a mic to you. Do we see any hands? There's one here.
Hi, thank you so much for the wonderful insights that you shared with us today. One thing I'd like to understand is, did you go through organizational challenges when you were looking to, bring in data, AI, and automation? And how did you go about it? Like, my understanding is that at certain levels in different organizations, there are believers and then there are people who are scared of these changes. So how did you go about, how did you convince people within your organization to kind of take that route?
Yeah, I mean, let's ask the bank first, because if they do it in a bank, it's possible in all organizations.
Yeah, no, I will represent the traditional old school organizations in this conference. Okay, so let me answer that way. People in the organizations that are old, slightly more legacy, people will treat AI as the next buzzword to write in their PPTs, and
PPTs are also created by AI.
yeah, but that's also again the pessimist in me that has the thing that I most dislike is that people use buzzwords as their PPT presentation points rather than outcomes that they are pursuing and what help they need to pursue those outcomes. So AI becomes a buzzword internally, then fizzles out, right? So that is going to be your biggest challenge. So find a meaningful use case and execute it immediately if you want AI to continue to have the faith of your leadership. Otherwise, if everyone says ChatGPT this and that, and then leadership says, "Arey boss, nothing happened. What are you talking about?" One is AI will take a hit in your organization. Second is you will, as a person, lose credibility. Second is most important, right? So be aware of that.
Fantastic. Anybody else in the panel to add anything? Do we have one more question, or we are done? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the panelists as well. This was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion as well, and hopefully we'll look forward to more insights as the day goes along. Thank you.
I'd request you to stay back, please, everybody. Just bear with me for a minute. We want to do a photo op with you. So firstly, thank you for helping us understand how AI-driven analytics can significantly improve targeting and personalization, leading to higher conversion rates and ROI. I'd like you to stay back because, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it, we recently announced our AI advisory. Our mission to ensure the right platform is provided for industry representatives to discuss challenges, engage in knowledge sharing, and drive collaboration for growth. So alongside our members who we already have on stage, let's call upon our other members who are here up on stage. Let me call the names quickly. Arvind RP, whoever's there with us, I'm just going to call the names. Whoever's there, join us. Arvind RP, Rashmi Sehgal, Pradyumn Pasari, Rahul Agarwal, Kunal Aman, Amiya Swaroop, Taranjeet Kaur, Rajiv Dhingra is already here, Atiq Kazi, Sujit Ganguly, Deepa Koram, who we have here, Deepa Matthew. These are all our members of the AI Advisory Council. Saloni Shah, Ishwari Deshpande, Raj Rishi Singh, Ankur Malhotra, Siddharth Shah, Mahesh Narayanan, Meghna Aparao, Aditya Swaminathan, Neeraj Ruparal, Marisha Gupta, Anjali Madan, Sriraman Tyagarajan, Anil Pandit, Sheetal Goyal, and Rudrashish Nag. Okay, I know those were a lot of names, but do we have any of these in the audience? Please join us for a photo opportunity on stage. Rudra, come. Okay, can we have some nice pictures, please?